Today, I'll present a four-pillar architecture for stability-aware causal retrieval in corporate credit underwriting that will span across multiple collaborating agents. The central claim is twofold. First, retrieval in causal decision systems is a closed-loop control problem. Second, reasoning quality itself improves when retrieval is structured around causal primitives, not raw semantics. In complex financial transactions and underwritings, a single agent LLM underwriting fails in predictable ways. Associative collapse, narrative coherence bias, and premature consensus. These failures occur because retrieval is semantic, not structural. The model retrieves similar text, not diagnostic causal structure. Our approach is a multi-agent collaborative intelligence where the agent is conditioned on causal primitives via our dataset of group B based retrievals. The architecture rests on four pillars. First is the controlled inference, where belief is treated as a state. Second is structural anchoring, where retrieval uses causal cards encoding DAGs and trap types. Third is logic-gated objective, where error is either label loss or belief divergence. And fourth is dual stream plus or Macy architecture, where base and causal reasoning evolve in parallel. So, structural anchoring determines what reasoning substrate the LLM operates over. This changes not just stability, but reasoning itself. So the query retrieval belief augmentation controller flow is key to the system. It is based on progressive belief updates by expanding retrievals at Z based on K. Z is the reasoning substrate. If retrieval is semantic, the model reasons over correlations. If retrieval is causal, the model reasons over structured primitives. Error is computed via NLL or KL, and a PID controller updates K. K, therefore, is a dynamic parameter regulating evidence expansion. So if you look at the approach, retrieval is therefore not monotonically beneficial. Specifically in confounded domains, expanding K can introduce interference faster than diagnostic signal accumulates. That produces attractor switching, which is basically belief reversal. This is a reasoning failure, not just a calibration issue. The model shifts from causal to associative inference. So as we'll see in a later trace, using a fixed K can be stable on some queries and catastrophically unstable on others, because semantic retrieval expansion can increase narrative mass and interfere with the inference process itself. Structural anchoring through card-structured causal RAG is important. Causal cards reshape the reasoning landscape. Each card encodes prompt, DAG structure, trap type, and a structured floor. We enforce diagnostic floors across all K slots. This ensures that structural density that is a proxy for causal manifold shaping grows systematically. So it is essentially about density penalty trade-off, also known as the UCCT stability law. Stability actually reduces to slope dominance. It is stable when structural density growth is greater than representational interference growth. Instability arises when it is the other way around. So stability depends on relative growth rates, not on absolute K. Causal retrieval therefore increases the slope of structural density, preserving reasoning integrity. So causal card engineering therefore becomes important in terms of underwriting. And causal card engineering expands the stable region in belief space. It increases diagnostic density and suppresses interference. And that therefore the geometry of the reasoning changes. This plot shows the structural density growth for base and causal retrieval alongside interference growth. It illustrates the structural tension. Notice that pi k remains above both curves. Interference is always present in the first curve. That means any naive K expansion will eventually degrade reasoning. In base RAG, the rho K grows too slowly. Instability occurs quickly. In causal RAG, rho K goes faster than base, delaying degradation, but interference still dominates without regulation. So these are some of the initial trace results based on our runs, and this is query 1. In this confounded leverage case, base rack collapses at k equal to 13, belief reverses abruptly. That reversal is not noise, it is a tractor switching under uncontrolled evidence expansion. As k increases, semantic interference accumulates faster than structural density. Causal rag, by contrast, preserves diagnostic structure and remains stable across the same k range, as you can see. The difference is not more data, it is a structurally different reasoning substrate. So if you look at this second query, it remains stable across k. There is no collapse, even or expansion. Stability is not a universal property of retrieval, it is query dependent. Some queries are structurally robust, others are confounded and fragile. So in closing, a retrieval in causal decision systems is not a static augmentation layer. It is a closed-loop belief dynamical control problem. As retrieval expands, it actively reshapes the reasoning substrate the model operates over. If that substrate is purely semantic, interference accumulates and belief can collapse. Causal retrieval, on the other hand, changes its geometry, it increases structural density. So therefore, stability-aware, structurally anchored retrieval is not optional. It is probably necessary for deployable causal AI systems.